While attending grade school, I was flooded with the fact that if I didn't go to college, I'd be destined to be a loser. Funny enough, today I find that many of my peers who took this route are finding themselves in an overwhelming amount of debt and a useless degree. In this video, let's sit down together and spend some time discussing how multiple generations has been fed a story that doesn't really seem to play out in modern day reality. If you personally can relate to anything discussed in this video or simply just been enjoying my daily doomer commentaries over here on the page, then don't forget to like, comment your thoughts and opinions down below, and subscribe to see my daily videos right here on the channel. And a huge shout out to the handful of you guys checking out those links down below in the description. Those are always some of the best ways to support me and the content around here. Now, let's begin this shit show.
Do you not think it is in the greater interest of this country at large that its citizens are as educated as possible to therefore be able to participate in that system?
I think they should be as wise as possible, and I don't think that education and wisdom are the same thing.
Yeah,
in fact,
I understand.
I think college disincentivizes the cultivation of wisdom.
In the age where, there is such a hypersaturation of, and we've seen this, extremely polarizing, different, people are getting their news from wildly different sources.
Yes.
People just don't interact with the other side at all. Do you think that being an autodidact, in any sense of the term, is going to give you a thorough and rigorous education if you are, so likely to end up sucked into these holes where you're never interacting with people who
That's not my only form of learning. I meet a lot of cool people. I learn from people like you and others. I mean, I'm listening when you're talking. It's not just a shtick. You haven't won me over on any of it, but you had an opportunity to. But I'm glad you attempted to. But yeah, I mean, you learn in other ways other than just sitting in a classroom, listening to a professor drone on for 90 minutes and pretending to read his book and paying $20,000 a semester to cheat on the exam at the end of the semester.
As many of you who has been watching my content for a while probably already know, I skipped college. I jumped straight into the workforce. I did graduate high school with my class. I walked my class in the year 2018 before shit got crazy, and back when high school was more so normal, at least what the movies portray. But even to this day, it seems as if the story I was sold, before, so here in the States, 9th to 12th is what's considered high school. So those 4 grades. You have elementary school, then you have middle school, then you have high school. And sometimes middle school can be kind of cooperated within either the elementary school or the high school. With me, it was the high school. So either way, so from 6th, 7th to 12th grade, I was in my high school building, and I was with a whole bunch of different grades, whole bunch of different classes, and pretty much the entire time I was portrayed the idea that if I went to college for any sort of degree, it'd be much better than if I didn't go at all, which I still chose not to go to college for the biggest reason because of the debt. I was always, even at the youngest age possible, I was more than aware that the debt to take out for some of these semesters, for some of these loans, for some of these degrees, it would take me more than I could possibly even imagine. And then the interest, it would take so much longer to pay off than I could probably even handle mentally. And I'm one that can't really sit very well with debt. Some people can sleep at night with a crazy high mortgage, car payments, and payday loans just out there willy-nilly, random emails with auto pay. I don't like that. I don't even like auto pay. I like to know all my bills. I have OCD. I like to have everything set in order and straight out in front of me. But for me, it was sort of like a struggle finding certain employments, finding certain jobs. Even right now, I still personally struggle with employment and holding down jobs, but that's just the current job market. I think many people my age, I'm currently 25, can relate to this struggle. But either way, did you find yourself going to college, or did you find yourself that the degree you were sought out for, a simple degree, whether that's just in the arts, just a simple associate's degree, a simple 2 years, or just any sort of business degree, was it bullshit? Was it pointless? Or do you think it actually helped you out in the long run, set you out on the path that has got you towards where you are now, and actually was beneficial? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions, because I'm not against college. The best part about here in the States, or anywhere else, I guess, you could always go to college later on in your life, but at what cost? Is it worth it? That's really what you got to go for. A lot of people get degrees just because they've been told, again, the straight out propaganda, having a degree is better than not having a degree. People with degrees are smarter than people without them. But at the end of the day, that's not always the case. And most of the rich people in the world didn't go to college or dropped out of college. So what an interesting thought that is, huh?
This is just a reminder that you could go to college and study anything and it would still be worth it. You could study the art of being a bad bitch and I think it would still provide immense value to your life. Going to college doesn't just teach you the information in the major you're studying, but you learn a ton of other things because of the core curriculum. So if I'm majoring in rap music, say, then I still have to take statistics classes, I have to take history classes, pick a number of electives. I went to Brown, which has an open curriculum, but still within the major, they try to diversify what you're actually actually learning. I did psychology and creative writing, but I also had to take law and religion, public policy, crime and punishment. I even had to learn how to code in R. So when people make fun of English majors or any other major, I'm like, there's still immense value, and I guarantee you any of those people that you're making fun of is better informed and a nicer and more conscientious person than you. That's what college is about. It's about expanding your horizons as well as improving a bunch of skills like your reading, writing, language, math skills. So if you want to literally study queer theory, fantastic. Please do it. Go. It's worth it. Always.
Now, the overall stigma that having a college degree just makes you straight out smarter than someone without a college degree never really held up that much weight for me. It never really made much sense. Being that if you actually do the studies, the majority of the richest people in the world didn't go to college or they dropped out of college. I know there's some examples like, some of the big ones, but overall, if you really want to break it down, people who own businesses, they didn't really go to college. Now, there are some degrees they got, or there's some jobs they had to get degrees to get to build up the money to start their businesses. Some of these things might be true, but overall, in the broad scheme of things, money and the way that our world works isn't really fully based off of the education system. And if you really want to break down how the education system was built, it was built to create a system of workers, not really a system of thinkers. So if you really want to make the most money, you're going to have to really think through it more than just waiting and saving and inflation, taxes, interest rates. It'll eat up your overtime savings. So what do you personally think? Unless you can invest right, but the average person is still risky at the end of the day. Everything's always a risk. So feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions regarding this down there below in the comments.
College is a scam. The American college system is a scam. And I say that as somebody who is in college and will continue to be in college until I get my degree. Why are they making me take all these unnecessary classes that I'll never use a day in my career? Tell me, why do I need to take college algebra? It's not necessary. Oh, it's good for your brain. You know what else is good for my brain? Not getting in debt for college classes that are never going to be useful for my career. Why are they not taking some of my college credits from another school? Oh, you took chemistry and you got an A at Arizona State University, but we can't take it because we think our introduction to chemistry is better suited. Why? Oh, we gotta evaluate to make sure that class will actually count with us. You're a community college. Let's tone the ego down a little bit. Not to mention, every single time I meet with an advisor, they're like, oh, actually, I know last time we said you only have 2 more classes to take. It was a lie. You actually have 3 more classes on top of the 2 that you were told that you need to take. It's a scam. It's a scam. Just give me the classes that I need to be successful in my career. Don't put all this extra fluff in it just because you think it's fun and good for my brain.
Now, how much money does your job have to pay you where you feel like you're being paid fairly, comfortably, it's justified? Now, are you thinking about hourly pay, or when I said this, are you thinking about salary yearly pay? I kind of mix those 2 words there. Salary yearly pay. Or are you thinking about, like the whole gig work model where you get paid up front, you get paid after the job's done, or you get paid half first, half after, depending on how the job is completed? But I genuinely don't know what's the best option here, but I do know that there's different options for everybody, and that's the best part about the modern day world. But I think when they slowly start into this digital ID, they're trying to get rid of cash, probably mess up some of these situations, mostly the gig work situation. But hey, if they want to have every single penny be taxable, that'd probably be the best way for them to do so. So if they want to control everything, that'd be probably the way we're headed. So feel free to let me know your thoughts down below if you think it's a psyop, a scam, or we're just getting, like herded into the slaughterhouse like a whole population of sheep, or if I'm just the black sheep of the group and I'm just overthinking it all. Feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear them all down below in the comments. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this video discussing how we're living in a lackluster society. College is a scam. The story we've been told has just been a lie to make profit and pennies off of our pockets. But if you don't agree with any of this, I'd love to hear it all. So feel free to let me know down below in the comments, as well as a huge shout out to the handful of you guys checking out those links down below in the description. Those are always some of the best ways to support me and the channel around here and the content, as well as I really appreciate you guys who have been ongoing with the support here on the page, my daily uploads, my evening live streams, and all that stuff. So hope to see you. That's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, bye.